Hi there. The gentleman on my left, as many of you know, is the famous nightclub comedian and television actor, Mr. Lenny Kent, who is also known as Mr. Recapitulation. And now, for the benefit of the people who are just tuning in and who missed the magnificent New York station break that preceded us, Lenny Kent will bring you up to date. Because along with the members of our studio audience and our panel and myself, he was seeing that station break for the very first time. Lenny, will you recap what you just saw on the television set, please, if you will?
Thanks, Jerry. Well, I'll just recap the end of it, what I saw. I saw the end when all the panels are sitting there, and Bud Carter, thank you so much. That's all we have time for, panel. You're prettier. I come back to myself like that. Don't forget, I joined the Peace Corps. It's a great organization. Don't myself and panel, everybody shook hands myself, the contestant back and forth. At the end of the show, myself, it's a Mark Goodson, Bill Type production. They own everything. I built myself a Mark Goodson. I said, now it's a wonderful thing myself. Have more come out. Don't get tomorrow. Loretta Young show, busting right through doors. Loretta Young comes over there. I get the whole thing. My fingers working back myself. Yellow Pages, big deal. I come up upstairs, all Gondolier, East River, Gondolier, Nolly platform. I'm all choked up. I put up myself, it's a wonderful show. Now, opportunity over there, so, and CBS with a big eye, bloodshot, big eye from the front. I got something over there, and opportunity all over, so the camera came on us, and here we are, and now we're ready to play I've Got a Secret. Good man.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by new Richard Tasting Green Whip, the light, fluffy dessert topping that won't wilt. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Garry Moore.
For my second selection, I will play excerpts from the introduction to our panel. First, there is Bill Cullen, Betsy Palmer, Henry Morgan, Bess Meyerson, and that is our panel. And with those introductions out of the way, let's greet our first contestant, please. Will you come in, sir? Would you tell our panel, please, what your name is and where you're from?
Yoel Shar from Israel.
Yoel Shar, spelled S-H-A-R-R. Now, there's method in our madness in having the band on stage here. Mr. Shar is an accomplished professional musician. He is going to perform for you a little later tonight. Will you tell us what your instrument is?
Oh, well, this is my secret.
All right, well, whisper to me. We'll find out what you're going to play. All right, now, we'll start the questioning with Bess tonight, and panel, the clue concerns, just concerns something he's going to do. Bess, you're on.
Mr. Shaw, are you going to play more than one instrument tonight?
Yes.
You're going to play many, lots of instruments, right? Can you play every instrument up there?
Up where?
On the stage. Can you play every instrument that we see?
I can play, but that's not what I'm going to
You're not going to do that tonight?
No.
No. Do we see the instrument that you're going to play?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Some of them you see. $20 down, $60 to go, and we go, please, to Bill Cullen.
Mr. Shar, are you going to play some instruments that are unusual?
I would say so.
They are not unusual in themselves, but they are not usually used as instruments. Can we put it that way?
Like, and I don't know, like playing a saw or something like that. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to play a saw.
No, it's not like playing a saw.
Are you going to play, are you going to use as an instrument something that was never meant to be played in that sense of the word?
Yes.
Like...
All right, we've lost 40. We have 40 to go, and here she comes, Nellie Forbush.
Are you going to play people?
No.
But it's a whale of an idea.
No. I
I mean, that's right. Like people say, remember the man we had on our show that did that? Gene Shepherd?
Yes?
You're not going to play people. Are you going to play anything on people?
No.
We're getting into an area here where I, as moderator, am getting a little lost. Would
You know,
read-
people have combs in their pockets and things like that.
Yes.
And they have ties with rubber bands on them, maybe, or something. But are you not going to use actually instruments? Are you actually going... See, you're not going to use them, are you? You are going to play something different then.
Yes, and I don't think I can mislead you to say he's not going to play people, except that people is too many. Now
Person you're going to play.
Pardon?
He's going to play a person.
Partially. Partially, we go to Henry Morgan, all right?
That's good.
Do you mean she's right?
Well, you've all got secrets. You're going to play a part of a person.
Yes.
Is that funny?
Are you going to play a left arm?
I will use that too.
You will use that too?
Yes.
Well, look, as long as I don't know what I'm talking about, can I go on with it? Are you going to play a part of an ear?
No.
No ears. No hands.
Oh,
Some hands.
hands. Well, Mr. Shire is a very talented entertainer. He can play the piano, accordion, clarinet, trumpet, and many others. Tonight he's going to do something quite spectacular. He's going to play 32 instruments at once. The number he will play is the very melodic Never on Sunday. And the 32 instruments are his teeth. Now, the important thing here is that he does not use his teeth as just a percussion instrument. It's melodic. Can you run a scale for us on your teeth, please? Well, now I think we should get to the performance without further ado, so we'll all be very quiet. If you'll go center, Norman Paris and his orchestra will accompany. We'll have to bring the microphone right down into the picture. Here is Joel Shar and his magic teeth playing Never on Sunday.
My dentist.
Well, the nice part about him is that he thinks it's ridiculous, too. Now, we'll be back with you again in just a minute, but first, please watch this.
J-E-L-L.
New Jello, new Jello.
Tastes like fruit,
Fresh picked fruit.
like from a tree.
Try it and see.
Tastes like fruit.
Fresh picked fruit.
J-E-L-L.
New Jello tastes like fruit. Fresh picked fruit. One sip will tell you, one bite will sell you. New Jello tastes like fruit.
J-E-L-L.
New Jello tastes like fruit. Fresh picked fruit.
All 12, all 12, all 12. well flavored.
Tastes like fruit, fresh picked fruit.
J-E-L-L-O.
Another fine product of General Foods.
And now may we welcome our second contestants. Please, if you come out. All right, now, ladies, let's find out what your names are and where you are from, and we'll start with you, please.
I'm Mrs. Irene Franklin from Watertown, South Dakota.
Mrs. Franklin from Watertown, South Dakota, and your name?
Rhonda Hugstead from Watertown, South Dakota.
Rhonda Hogstead from the same town. Now, before we get to the secret, I think we should explain that Mrs. Franklin is a teacher of the Gardner District School number 14 in Watertown, South Dakota, and Rhonda is also a student in that very same school. Now, Mrs. Franklin, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it to the audience at home. Here we go. Very interesting. Now, Rhonda, let's find out what your secret is. Marvelous. Panel, to help you classify this secret, the only clue we can give you is that it concerns something about Rhonda and Mrs. Franklin, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen, please.
Rhonda, are you a student of Mrs. Franklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Franklin, is Rhonda perhaps your only student?
Yes, she is her only student.
And Rhonda, is Mrs. Franklin your only teacher?
Yes.
There's more to it, William.
Are you two the only pupil and teacher in Watertown, South Dakota?
Oh, go. Yes, that could kill you.
Isn't that something?
Well, I'll tell you now, well, Bill has an intuition about these things many times. Mrs. Franklin's secret is that she is the only teacher, and normally the only teacher in the school would be quite busy, but she's not all that busy because Rhonda is the entire student body of the school. Now, isn't it rather unusual to have a teacher and a whole school, for just one pupil?
Yes, it is very unusual, but when I was hired last fall, I was supposed to have 7. But the others moved away or went to parochial school, so I just have Rhonda.
So it left you with the one student. How much does it cost your Board of Education to maintain the school?
Well, last year it cost $3,600, but of course there will be less supplies this year, so it'll be just a little less.
Do you realize what an expensive education you are being given, young lady? Let me ask you, Rhonda, are you lonely at school?
No.
You're not? What do you do at recess time?
We play anti-over, croquet, basketball.
We?
Me and the teacher and I.
Oh, you play basketball and what else?
And anti-over.
Anti-over? That sounds rather strenuous. Miss Franklin, how do you feel when recess time comes?
Well, it's quite a lot of exercise, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, the whole thing sounds like a rather stimulating experience, actually, for the two of them. Yes, Henry.
I was just wondering, Mrs. Franklin, if the class is bad and the class has to stand in a corner, then what do you do?
Well, I do everything with Rhonda, so I stand in the corner, too.
Because after all, if she didn't stand in the corner, it'd be kind of lonely up there all by herself. You know, you've got the same problem. If Rhonda doesn't do her lesson, how do you tell her to go to the foot of the class? She can't go around behind herself. It's a very unique and I imagine very stimulating experience for the two of them, yes.
What grade is Rhonda in now?
5th grade.
In the 5th grade. Mm-hmm. And how long will you be with Mrs. Livingston?
Mrs. Franklin.
Mrs. Franklin.
Dr. Livingston.
Mrs. Stanley.
No, Mrs. Franklin. No, how long will you both be together?
Until May,
No, I mean as far as semesters are concerned.
Well, our school will last until May, and then...
But will Rhonda be with you until she's a senior in high school?
Oh,
That's
no,
what I
no.
mean.
No, next year they will rectify this situation, Rhonda, and Fort will have to go to another school if the same situation attains next year, which is kind of really too bad. Parents of Watertown, all flock together and send your children to this school.
Or get some children.
Get some children. Send them to the school. You're marvelous people, both of you, and thank you very, very much. Good night. You know, we've had quite a few great secrets on this show, some very unusual, some very funny, and some even downright delicious. Secrets like this. This topping was whipped up 3 hours ago, but it is still light and fluffy because it's Dream Whip. Dream Whip, the dessert topping that won't wilt or separate. Here's another secret. Now Dream Whip has a new, richer flavor. The richest, freshest flavor ever whipped. It really does justice to desserts like Jell-O gelatin, Jell-O pudding, all kinds of pies, and delicious cakes. And Dream Whip is so very, very easy, too. You just whip it up with milk and vanilla. Now, one box makes a bowl full in minutes. And what's more, this new, richer tasting Dream Whip is even lower in calories, only 14 per tablespoon serving. So get a box of Dream Whip and let your family in on its secrets soon, because after all, secrets are always more fun when you share them. May we welcome our next contestant, please. Now, will you tell our panel what your name is, please, and where you're from?
My name is Mrs. Howard Sugarman, and I'm from Briarwood, New York.
Mrs. Sugarman of Briarwood, New York. Now, Mrs. Sugarman, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show it at the same time to the audience at home. Here we go. Ah, boy. Well, to help you classify Mrs. Sugarman's secret, it concerns something she can do, and we certainly aren't going to start with Bill Cullen again.
No.
We'll start with Bessie.
This thing that you can do, does it involve doing it to other human beings?
No, it does not.
Is it something that is more mental, Mrs. Sugarman, than physical?
Yes, it is mental and physical.
Mental and physical.
Yes.
Does it have to do, say, for instance, with mathematics?
No.
Science?
Science was the question?
No.
$20 down, $60 to go, and Henry Morgan, please.
Is it some kind of a memory trick?
Not necessarily so. But is it?
That's an honest answer. Completely honest answer.
Do you partly remember... Oh, what? I'm going to say the dumbest... I'll say it.
Say it.
Do you partly remember something and partly forget it?
I couldn't do that. No.
I really haven't seen
$40 down, $40 to go, and Bess, dear?
Mrs. Sugarman, did you require any special training for this?
No, I did not.
I see. You make a career of it, by the way.
Partially so, yes.
Really? Is it something that you would do at home, say in your living room?
I wouldn't dare do it at home,
Oh,
no.
really?
She could, however. She could do it at home. It's just her discretion that tells her not to.
I see. Would you be fully clothed when you do it?
Definitely.
I certainly trust so. $60 down and $20 to go. And Bill Cullen.
I'm getting help.
I'll bet you are.
Do you teach school where there's only one pupil? No, I did so well with that, I'm going to stick right along with it. Is there a noise made when you do this, Miss Sugarman?
Yes, I would say there is.
Sound.
Yes, it's a sound.
The sound of your voice?
Yes.
Animals?
No.
She's a singer.
Boy, you were getting close again, panel. Mrs. Sugarman is better known in radio and television circles as Amy Siddell, a fine actress who was billed on radio as the world's fastest talker. Now, years Years ago, when I was with Jimmy Durante, I used to do a fast-talking act, and I thought I was pretty good. I could do 400 words a minute. How many words a minute do you do?
It's been clocked at 750 words a minute.
750. Now, the panel, to give you an idea what it means to talk at that rate and still be intelligible, we have a familiar story here, which we would like you to read as fast as you can. Now, remember, it should be intelligible, but speed is all important. It's the familiar story of Goldilocks and, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now, Bess, when you have come to the end of your page, if you will tap Henry quickly so that he can pick up the top of his page.
Oh, do I read out loud?
When I tell you the story, read out loud as fast as you can, but it must be intelligible. All right, now let's see how long it takes the four of you to do something.
I got no glasses. What a jip.
You want glasses?
You got big print.
Yeah.
All right, get ready, Bess. On your marks, get set, go.
In a neat little cottage lived three bears, a great big daddy bear, a middle-sized mother bear, and a wee little baby bear. One morning, Mother Bear made a big batch of porridge, and then the whole family went out for a walk in the woods. While they were out, a little girl named Goldilocks saw the neat little cottage and knocked at the door. When no one answered, she decided to walk right in and sit down. First, she sat in the great big daddy bear chair. "This is much too hard for me," said she. Then she sat in the middle-sized mama bear chair. "This is much too soft for me," she said. And then she sat in the wee little baby bear chair. "This is just right," she said. But as she sat down, it broke all to pieces.
So Goldilocks went on until she found 3 bowls of porridge. It smelled very good, so she decided to taste it. First, she tasted the porridge in the great big daddy bear bowl. "This is too hot," she said. Then she tasted the porridge in the middle-sized bowl. "This is too cold," she said. Then she tasted the porridge in the wee little baby bear bowl. "This is just right," she said, and ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went upstairs. There was no one there either, so she decided to take a nap. First, she tried the great big daddy bear bed. "This is too hard," she said. Then she tried the middle-sized mother bear bed. "This is too soft," she said. Then she tried the wee little baby bear bed. "This is just right," she said, and curled up and fell asleep.
So the three bears came home from their walk, and somebody was sitting in my chest, said Father Bear. Somebody was sitting in my chest, and Mother Bear. Somebody was sitting in my chest, said the baby bear, and his wee little voice, and it's broken all to pieces. Three bears looked at their porridge. Somebody's been tasting my porridge, says Father Bear. Somebody's been tasting my porridge, says Mother Bear. Somebody's been tasting my porridge, says the baby bear. His wee little voice, they ate it all up, and now the three bears hurried upstairs.
"Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said the Father Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said the Mother Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said the little baby bear, and the wee little voice. And there she is, and just then Goldilocks woke up when she saw the great big Father Bear and the middle-sized Mother Bear and the wee little baby bear all standing there looking at her. She sprang out of bed and hurried down the stairs and out the door before the bears could turn around. Then Goldilocks ran and ran till she was home, and never again she wandered off in the deep woods alone. Never again she see that neat little cottage with 3 bears. The end.
They are a tough group. It took you 1 minute and 28 seconds to read that in the entirety, splitting it up so that you didn't run out of breath. Now we will ask Amy to read the same thing exactly, but read all by herself, and we'll time her, and we'll see how she does against your record of 1 minute. Wait a minute, how did it punch the watch it? There we, all right, on your mark, get set, go.
In a neat little cottage, 3 bears, a great big daddy bear, a middle-sized mother bear, and a wee little baby bear. One mother made a big batch of porridge, and the whole family went out for a walk with a little girl named Goldilocks. So the neat little cottage knocked the door. When no one answered, she started walking and sat down. First, she sat on the great big daddy bear chair. "This is too hot for me," she said. He sat in the middle chair. "Too soft for me," she said. He sat in a little baby chair. "This is just right," she said. But she sat down and broke it all to pieces. So Goldilocks went on to found 3 bowls of porridge. Smelled very good, so she decided to take it. First, she took the porridge, the great big daddy bowl. "This is too hot," she said. He tasted the porridge in the middle-sized bowl. "This is too cold," she said. And he tasted the porridge in the little baby bowl. "This is just right," she said. And he ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went upstairs. There was no one there, so she decided to take a nap. First, she decided to take the big baby bed. "It's too hard," she said. Then she tried the middle-sized mother bed. "It's too soft," she said. Then she tried the wee little baby bed. "This is just right," she said, and curled up and fell asleep. So the little bear came home from their walk. Someone's been sitting in my chair, the Father Bear. Somebody's in my chair, the Mother Bear. Somebody's in my chair, said the baby bear. And the wee little voice, he broke all the pieces. The bears looked at the part. "Somebody's taking my part," said Father Bear. "Somebody takes my part," said the Mother Bear. "Somebody takes my part," said the baby bear. And the wee little voice, and they ate it all up. Now 3 bears hurried upstairs. "Somebody sits in my bed," said the Father Bear. "Somebody sits in my bed," said the Mother Bear. "Somebody sits in my bed," said the baby bear. Sweet little voice. And there she is, just then Goldilocks rolled over and stood great big Father Bear, the middle-sized Mother Bear, and the little baby bear. All standing there, looked at her, she ran up and ran down the stairs. Now the door was all next in the woods, all alone, never getting to the little cottage with the bear. The end.
I'll tell you, you had her pushing because...
That's the prettiest story I ever heard.
Would you repeat that, please?
55 seconds is what it took. Now, normally at this time, Amy, I would thank you profusely, as I do indeed, and I would indicate it's time for you to leave, but I want you to stay by to watch Lenny Kent, because he, too, has an amazing facility vocally and with his mind. So if you'll stay right with us...
Love to. Thanks.
We'll be back with Lenny Kent right after this important message.
Give something special to someone you like. Remember, Christmas is the paper mating season. Yes, everyone loves to get a Papermate pen. And this Christmas, Papermate lets you choose the right pen for every name on your list. Slim, elegant pens for ladies, beautifully feminine. Sturdy, handsome pens for men in chrome and gold-hued jeweler's finish. Yes, the right pen for everyone on your list. Dad, mother, sis and brother, the boss, or a friend. When you give Papermate, you give a useful gift, like this new Papermate matched pen and pencil set. Look for this new Papermate Christmas display and solve your shopping problems quickly, easily, and in good taste. Yes, give something special to someone you like. Remember, Christmas is the paper-mating season.
Now it is time for us to bring back the gentleman you met at the beginning of our show, Lenny Kent, who has the unique ability to summarize and condense everything he sees and hears. Now, we've been on the air for approximately 25 minutes and 30 seconds. And during this time, Lenny has been watching the show on a set backstage. So for the benefit of any of you who missed any of the festivities tonight, here is Mr. Recapitulation, Lenny Kent.
Well, it was a wonderful show when I left, and I watched all of it. See, the whole show stopped nowhere. When all of a sudden you went back to the curtain stock and got a great show, but a horrible barber. I got one of the wonderful panel myself. I gave the whole thing myself. I came with Bill Cullen. We're doing a million shows. His Price is Right. I come over to Betsy Palmer, who washed that hair out of my man. I come to Henry Morgan, a nice fellow who's suddenly taken me well. I come to the back myself, Betsy Palmer. You can scour my sink anytime. I come to play something wonderful on the panel. Now, in our first guest, a fellow come out. The first guest come out. Mitch Miller's brother come out there. Oh, I'm the old the Charles Boyer. I come up from Mitch. He plays all of Sammy Davis' weddings. I come like. I come on a myself. If he has cavities, he's got no job. I come on a Negro like so much of Oakenberry, but the head myself, and what do for Lincoln? Do they play people? I come to myself. You mean she's right? I come to the bathroom, and now present one of the things. Jello. How'd your cousin Sidney? Good Jello from his kidney. I come over Jello. I come to break some Jello. I come to my now present the second guest, a little girl come out, and Baby Jane. I come over they had to start up doing everything. Loused up the whole show. I got myself genius on myself. Go back to your own show. I got myself the only student, the only kid myself who played basketball together. I got myself back to South Dakota. I got myself thank you so much. Another commercial come out to help myself. I did a dreamwear, a wonderful dreamwear. Hit him right in the face with a forget and everything. I got him looking back myself, and I was in the one forgetting after the guest for all of a sudden Big Mouth came out. I got I got what is doing? I kept on Henry said, do I play people? I kept play mentally, physically. I got fastest talk, you bet. I come out to do with your clothes on. I come out I kept myself get myself to be a little bad. Come on, go like a little bad myself. A minute and 28 seconds, pretty bad. I kept myself 55 seconds, take the whole thing over 55, got my hand myself place tonight, and I was in a wonderful company because a paper-made pen. And pick it back a 2 lines, pick up a paper-made pen. I got the whole thing, and I got a big secret for you. I'm out of breath.
Lenny Kent. That's fun. Well, it's been a great joy having you with us,
I've
Amy.
enjoyed it tremendously,
Indeed it
Garry.
has. And speaking for Amy and for all the members of our panel and all of our previous contestants, as well as Lenny Kent, until next week, this will be Garry Moore saying goodbye for all of us. Be very kind to each other, will you? And goodbye out there.
Bye.